I don't know if my chat messages show up on TikTok or not, but... Hi, everybody! Hello! Hi, hi. Hi, Avery. Hi, Fade to Gray. Hi, Andriana. How's it going? Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. I'm hot. Okay, good. Silas is eeping. We're gonna play through the second half of Rafayel's Myth today. And then I'm gonna try and hit gold on Rivals. If it goes bad, we're just gonna give up on the idea of hitting gold. And then we're gonna play Dead by Daylight. And then we're probably gonna finish up stream with League, depending on energy levels of everybody. First day of summer, unfortunately. Yeah, it's gonna get gross this weekend for me. I'm like... I don't know if I'm gonna be live this weekend, chat, I'm gonna be honest. Because I have, you know, like the issue where my breaker breaks and then I lose power. And I know Sneaky and I are going to want to run the air conditioners, so I'm just like, what are we gonna do? No, it's just our breaker is trying to give out on us, unfortunately. Like, you know how I can't run my dryer at the same time as I'm streaming, or like I can't run my dishwasher, basically anything like that, it flips my breaker. It is really annoying. It's driving me nuts. I want to move so bad, chat. I need out of this house. Maybe someday. That's all I keep telling myself. I'm gonna feel bad waking up Silas. Yay! Sorry that I was like typing in every single chat too. I was trying to figure out if it was working across all the platforms. Because we are live on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube right now. So everybody say hi to whatever platform you're watching off of. We everywhere today. But it's Love and Deep Space. I said I would do this for Love and Deep Space. Yay! Why is it... Have I not ever finished Seas of Golden Sand? You know, I'm gonna put this off. I'm gonna put that off. I'm okay. Maybe we can pick that one up later. Chapter 6, chat. If you're new here, I read the voices that aren't voice acted, if that makes sense. So that's what we do. With the toss of a torch adorned with flowering vines and seashells into the bonfire and the rise of dancing flames, the Sea Gratis Festival officially begins. Baby girl. Hi, Shez. I descended from the elevator platform by the shore. Give the Semino staff to Very? I hope I said that right. Hello, Dark Lord. For safekeeping. Then remove the heavy crown from my head.
Thank you, Your Highness.
You guys can hear it, right, chat? We good? Audio sounds fine. I hope so. Okay. No need. In the end, I agreed to preside over the ritual for the Sea's Gratis Festival. I probably am saying that wrong. The reason is simple. Because of the sea god who was forgotten, hated for centuries, I'm the only one who still knows how to perform the ceremony. Of course, this ritual respected the sea god's opinion. So many of the complicated, extravagant elements were eliminated.
Why did you think the sea god would enjoy a dance that looks like crabs are fighting?
He is so beautiful.
It's better to save your energy and make more fried shrimp cakes instead. These are actually delicious.
It's an ancient dance that was passed down from generations. It's supposed to display the sea god's majesty. Actually, you have a point. It does look like crabs fighting. As I walk into the resting area surrounded by curtains, Raphael examines a pile of crates filled with offerings. It's as if they formed a small mountain. Because he said the fried shrimp cakes from the city's eastern district were delicious, people rushed to replace their offerings with fried shrimp cakes. Why don't you make more special requests? You could ask for their assistance when you dive into the deep for the pearls. I suspect the pearls that the tome of the sea god mentioned refer to something else, though.
Aren't fried shrimp cakes special?
Yes.
Food in the sea is too soft. Nothing has a unique texture such as this.
He breaks off a small piece and puts it in my mouth. Then he tosses upward a bubble filled with water to wash his hands.
As for the pearls, it can't be completed in a day or two. You also don't have to scour the entire sea for oysters. What you need to do now is...
What? Well, you get closer to me. I'm scared. His fingertip lifts my necklace. His eyes reveal what he's saying. Apply medicine. I loosen my collar and sit off to the side. He's flirting with me. It's fine. When I think about how this wound is almost fully healed, I feel a tinge of sadness. During the ceremony, I realized for the first time that the sea wasn't completely black. The sound of the waves drifts in leisurely. That's the word. Hi, Dragonside. From beyond the curtains, it embraces my ears with a gentleness I never thought possible. I also never imagined that the fragments of rainbow-colored light shimmered beneath the dark-colored waves and among the towering white crest.
Don't say that. Once your wound heals, you'll have plenty of ways to see it again.
All right, Raphael. You're getting better at taking care of people. You don't hurt me anymore. I love him with long hair, too.
If I couldn't do this simple task well at this point, wouldn't the
I
sea
really
god's
hope this
divinity
means
be tarnished?
I really hope this means we're getting all of them with long hair, though. Please. Please. I need it so bad.
However, should you miss that pain, I can help you experience it again.
I'm good. I don't want to experience no pain again. No, that won't be necessary. Stop.
Your Highness, someone has brought a prayer flower basket.
Viri, who just lifted the curtain earlier... Words. Viri, who just lifted the curtain to enter, pauses. Her gaze shifts from Raphael's hand to my shoulder. Then she speaks as if she didn't see anything.
It's for you and the sea god.
Of course, you can leave it here.
Yes, Your Highness.
After Viri leaves, I pull my clothes back up and silently glare at Raphael. I bet new rumors about us will be circulating around the city tomorrow.
Such as?
It's hard to say. Perhaps they'll mention the sea god's bride in broad daylight doing, oh wait, that's not right. The people shall speak of her doing this and that with the sea god in the dark hours of the night.
What exactly is this and that? I don't understand.
This man. The player flowered blah, 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 blah. Sorry, chat. The prayer flower basket floats into Raphael's hands. He lifts the red, blue, and silver ribbon. Then he fiddles with the seashells inside the basket. Why can't I read today?
What does this basket of seashells represent?
It's one of the traditions of the sea god. I'm gonna give up. The Sea Gratis Festival. Every household prepares flower baskets filled with seashells to exchange with others. The more beautiful the seashells, the more beautiful the blessings they represent. It's how one can convey well wishes to the people. But why would anyone want to exchange seashells with me? I'm... words. I tuck that thought away and pretend to be interested as I take the flower basket. No, I'm not actually gonna give up. I'm too excited to finish this. I'm just struggling to read. Having changed into lighter clothes, Raphael and I walk along the central streets of the city towards the temple. The moonlight and the stars cast a blue glow across the night sky. They're like seawater flowing along the horizon as they rise and fall with the clouds and mist. Try these crispy fish. They're delicious too, and crunchy.
They're slightly bland.
Is that so? Maybe the salty seawater has numbed your tongue.
I told you multiple times already. I'm not always drinking seawater because I'm in the ocean.
I drop a few coins, ignore the stall owner's somewhat bewildered gaze, and shove a bag of crispy fish into Raphael's hands. A decent number of people recognize us, but we tactfully ignore their gawking. Thank you for the follow! Welcome in. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that was a subby on YouTube. Thank you. When did they put that statue over there? It's popping up right over Raphael's face, though. Another one. Thank you. Let me see. Maybe that'll be better. I always forget which alert box it is. That's 3 subbies on YouTube now, I think. Are you real? 4. Oh, hi. Hi, Shaz. There we go. When did they put that statue over there?
I saw craftsmen hammering away at it not too long ago.
At the end of the path stands an exquisitely detailed, majestic statue of the sea god. He wields a trident as he stands above the whitecaps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your abdomen is well defined. They're putting in a lot of effort into flattering your prescience a little too much.
What do you mean? It's a faithful depiction.
It's far more accurate compared to the previous sea god statues. The older ones were extremely imposing and masculine. Their beards were longer than their hair. When I heard your voice for the first time, I couldn't believe you were the sea god. You sounded too young.
You're not wrong. You saw it yourself in the sea god's tomb. Those sea gods had flowing beards longer than their hair.
I take a moment to recall the statues I saw there. You're still the most handsome one.
You have my thanks.
He raises his hand slightly, and the seashells placed near the base of the statue shimmer with their crystalline light. It's akin to a silent response from God. Seeing my questioning look, he smiles.
I
Sounded
still
like thunder.
believe humanity's faith is fragile. The slightest touch can shatter it. However, the meaning of festivals is equally important, whether they are here or where Whalefall City used to stand. Just for today, I can let them be happy for a bit. It's not difficult.
Ooh. I hold his fingertips. Raphael, before you fell asleep, you must have been a likable sea god. Even though you've lost your memories, you still long for Whalefall City. You want to awaken all the Lemurians and bring them back to their homeland.
Making unfounded judgments like this is usually a dangerous sign.
Who says it's unfounded? On a small scale, you dislike human worship, yet you still respond to their wishes. On a larger scale, you saved everyone during the lunar eclipse despite the fact they hated and insulted you. And most importantly, I loved you once. It was enough to forge a covenant with you. At least that proves you're worthy of affection. You're worthy of being loved. Now it's your turn.
What?
I gave you plenty of compliments. Isn't it your turn to compliment me now?
Your eyes are bright. Your hair is soft. And you remind me of a proud little crab when you smile. When you're angry, you're like a prickly sea urchin.
Does that last part count as a compliment?
Of course. If you lived at the bottom of the sea for thousands or tens of thousands of years, you would know how precious it is to see even a sliver of vibrant color.
I open my mouth, but I'm unable to find the right words. The basket in my hand sways slightly. I lower my head and see a little girl slipping a pink seashell into my basket while taking another one. After we make eye contact, she immediately scurries back to her mother, who's the stall owner selling crispy fish. The stall owner struggles with how she should respond, then she gives me a forced smile.
See? The people here like you too.
That's not it. It's... whether it's belated guilt, cautious appeasement, or even more complex emotions that are impossible to articulate, I can't say. I haven't done anything to deserve their affection.
It's because you're you.
Stop it, Rafa. His hand covers mine and it moves past the tricolor ribbon on the basket so his fingers can intertwine with mine.
All endearing words suit you perfectly.
Why is he so beautiful? By the time we return to the temple, there are a few more colorful seashells in my basket. It's not a lot, however. I hang it by the windowsill and I see Rafayel is about to approach the pool. I quickly run over to stop him. Wait, there's still something we need to do. I take out the floral liquor I had Very prepare and pour it into a silver chalice. We celebrated with everyone else. Now it's time for our private celebration. The Sea Gratis Festival is also for lovers. People collect elderflower during the spring and use them to brew a liquor. You're supposed to give it to your beloved on this day.
Does this contain your entire Springs collection?
I bought it. I was still locked up in the tower in spring.
It's all right. I don't mind.
Rafayel picks up his glass and gently clinks it with mine. The floral liquor is sweet and pure. After drinking it in one go, I refill both glasses.
Now that it's just the two of us, is there anything you want to say to the sea god? To me?
Huh?
During the ceremony, your chants were filled with other people's words to the sea god. They were not your own. Don't you want to tell me something? Maybe I can make a wish come true.
He is so beautiful! I can't. I don't know which one to tell him. Honestly, I want to go with the first one. I wish you could fall in love with me soon.
That doesn't count.
Yes, it does. Why? Is it very difficult for you?
It's too easy.
Oh.
Think of a more ambitious wish.
As our glasses clink and the floral liquor slowly disappears, Rafayel suddenly holds out his hand to me.
You told me that during the Seas Gratis Festival, humans exchange seashells to give blessings to each other. I've already given you a seashell. Shouldn't you give me something in return?
Yes, I will give you my heart. I'm done. I touch the seashell necklace around my neck. I rack my brain for what feels like ages, yet I can't think of anything that would be of equal value. I slip a pearl ring off my finger. I've worn this since I was a child. It's not the pearl that the Tome of the Sea God told you to find, but I'll give you a blessing that only belongs to this ring. May all your wishes come true. When that time comes, remember to take me to Whale Falls City.
I heard that rings are often gifts that symbolize romantic devotion in the world of humans. Does this mean you've fallen in love with me?
What do you think, Rafa? I contemplate his words for a moment before I lean forward and kiss the corner of his lips. Ooh. Ooh. What do you think?
I think I need some more convincing proof.
Ah! I must see myself out, chat. That night, the sound of waves draws closer. Gentle melodious music mixes with the laughter as Fantasia sharks swim overhead. Vibrant colors burst before my eyes. Someone reaches out to hold my hand. My veil is lifted, and I'm led towards the light. Then the music and laughter transforms into weeping and screams. All colors fade into a dull gray, and the hand that's tightly holding mine gradually turns cold. Seawater engulfs everything. The cold overwhelms the world, and even the last melody played on the flute sinks into a deathly silence. But that hand still doesn't let go of me. Oh no. When the sun rises, come to the beach. I'll take you somewhere special. On the last day of the Sea Gratis Festival, I wake up and find a note Rafayel left beside my pillow. Rosy daylight spread across the horizon and paints the sky in distinctly warm colors, yet the wind carries an unusual chill. There's a smell. It's a repulsive, fishy stench. Uh-oh. I swiftly draw my silver sword and block an attack that was aimed at my heart, yet something akin to sharp claws pierces my shoulder. It's like a coiled tentacle that's covered in thistle-like barbs. They dig deeper into my skin while I struggle.
It's been a long time, bride of the sea god.
So that's where you went, Hawkern. Still maintaining his sanctimonious facade, he emerges from the darkness. Behind him, several grotesque, elongated shadows extend outward.
You were waiting for me.
I really wasn't. Your trap is too obvious. The toxin from the barb seeps into my blood. My body becomes numb and I doubt I'll die. But I doubt I'll die from it.
Too bad. That sea god deceived you with a few empty words. You're still under his spell. Do you actually believe he'll save you?
He does. He does a little bit, Shaz.
He'll only lead you to your death for his own selfish desires.
Hawkern, go away. We don't like you. His eyes gleam with malicious intent. As my consciousness begins to fade, traces of light are gradually devoured by darkness.
Don't resist. Now then, follow me. Everything I've done is for Romero. I want to prevent it from following the same doomed path as the Muria.
I want to fight this guy. Let me at him. Chapter 7. You guys doing good, chat? Everything good? pain in my shoulder wakes me up. As I open my eyes, I find myself in a cage I know all too well. My hands and feet have been shackled. Sensing a putrid, fishy smell, I see a massive, grotesque shadow on the wall. It's accompanied by sounds of something vicious being torn and peeled apart. That was wild. I suddenly recall the spell he cast on me, the one he used to control me. Oh, you're playing Dead Space? Nice.
Indeed, it's an ancient curse, but it's far too weak to control my bride. These magics can't be wielded by humans. Tell me where you found it.
You're no longer human.
So what? To save Lemuria, this pain is nothing.
The shadow on the wall suddenly contracts. A moment passes and it slowly returns to a humanoid form. With so many sea monsters parasiting your body, aren't you afraid they'll eventually devour you? You'll be turned into a real monster.
The human body is too fragile. It's incapable of helping me in my quest to revive Lemuria.
This guy is reminding me of Dimitri from the main story.
I need a body powerful enough to let me live for thousands of years. But that sea god, he destroyed the body I had painstakingly crafted when he put me in that water prison.
Well, you kind of deserved it.
He forced me to devour more, and I turn into what you see now.
Noticing the countless festering cracks and deformed joints on his hands, I feel nothing but shock and pity. Recalling his talk to Lemuria and the implications of recent words, a theory forms in my mind. Are you Lemurian? But you were born and raised in Ramiro. Lemuria was destroyed tens and thousands of years ago.
Lemuria was never destroyed.
He yanks the chains and I'm forced to look into his eyes that are filled with ominous darkness words.
It's sleeping. It's waiting for me. Once I kill that foolish, selfish sea god, I will become Lemuria's new sovereign.
No.
I shall resurrect Lemuria, the only civilization that's glorious enough to rule this world.
And I said no. He seems to have lost his mind with his obsessive delusions and hatred for Rafayel. However, his words aren't complete nonsense. Provoke him! You're making up baseless claims. How are you so sure that killing Rafayel will resurrect Lemuria? Perhaps everything you're doing is wrong. Maybe you're the one Okay.
Everything I do is for Lemuria, for the homeland of all Lemurians. I am not misguided.
I think you are. The wound on my shoulder is torn open again. I endure the pain and continue speaking. Then how is this related to you kidnapping me?
Don't you remember?
A tentacle tosses something at my feet. It's a small fractured stone tablet. However, I recognize it instantly. The Tome of the Sea God? It's very similar to the one in the temple. The patterns and text are almost identical. It's as if it was broken off from that larger stone tablet.
You are the only human who can communicate with the Tome of the Sea God. Go on. Read.
The blood from my shoulder drips onto the stone tablet, and the blurred text emits a faint golden glow. Find a true love. When blessed with a true love's kiss, claim her heart by your own hand. A heart pure, flawless, and filled with love, best offering can give to Lemurians. I'm gonna cry. The prophecy from the Tome of the Sea God that I read, it was incomplete.
Do you understand now? If the sea god wants to reclaim his power, he needs more than true love. True love is just a stepping stone to him.
Hawkern, go away. Hawkern gives me a mocking gaze that's filled to the brim with contempt.
Akin to how a starving person seeks food, ripping out your heart is the sea god's natural instinct.
I don't believe you. Even if he wants to kill me, I need him to say it.
What a foolish, stubborn lass. Don't tell me you've already fallen in love with him.
You don't need to know that.
How unfortunate.
He laughs with malicious delight.
When he remembers everything from those years, he'll ensure your very existence tastes oblivion.
It is none of his business. He's a baddie. Is he referring to what happened before Rafayel fell asleep? Hawkern pulls out a bottle covered with... I don't know how to say that word. Verdigris? I probably said it wrong, chat. And then screws the stopper and eerie vapor drifts out.
Come, witness the events from the annals of Lemurian history. See how you and that sea god destroyed the Muria.
I hold my breath, but the eerie vapor seeps into my skin and in an instant, invading every fiber of my being. Within moments, dormant memories awaken like magma breaking through the frozen earth. It burns every blood vessel and nerve in me. It hurts. Searing pain tears through my body. My mind is plunged into chaos, yet something gradually comes into focus.
Are you willing to be my follower?
Rafayel. The massive circular chamber is as dim as twilight. The ground trembles as fractured stones cascade down from the domed ceiling. My body is suddenly pinned down. A sharp dagger is pressed against my chest. Its tips drawing drops of blood. Rafayel? No, that's not right. The Rafayel before me is brighter, more radiant young man, yet the dark blue flames that burn in his eyes and his expression are unnaturally detached. In his hand, he tightly grips the sharp dagger. It's poised ready to pierce my heart. I can't make a sound. I grab the handle of the dagger and use all my strength to fight against death itself. He's so beautiful.
Run.
But the detached hostility returns to his eyes as blue and golden light radiates from his body.
As my follower, you must offer your heart to me. A Lemurian bond holds great power, but it's also a chain. The sea god should have no weaknesses or constraints.
I'm fine. My struggle is futile. The blade sinks deeper into my chest. Blood falls as the pain spreads. There's a loud crash and the restraint on my body loosens. Rafayel leans against a wall that's far away from me. Pain has contorted his face. Inside the stone niche burns a gentle yet feeble flame. It's so weak that a breeze could extinguish it.
Stay away from me.
Those dark blue and golden lights still surround him. However, the blue flames in his eyes have been extinguished, or rather suppressed.
You cannot stay here. Lemuria's flame requires the hearts of our followers to sustain it. This is wrong. Should it continue, 'Tis only a matter of time before I lose control and hurt you again.
This poor boy! I'm gonna
You
crash
must
out.
find a method that will allow it to burn forever. That shall be Lemuria's true path.
The flame from the niche gently floats to Raphael's fingertips, then it's transformed into countless delicate threads of light that flow towards my chest. Shocked, I try to break free, yet I find myself bound by these threads. A strange, warm power flows into my heart.
There is a legend. It says the wick of a flame exists in the place where all oceans converge. Find it, and Lemuria will be enveloped in light and endure forevermore.
Water currents embrace me and carry me out of the temple. From a distance, Raphael gives me a gentle smile.
I shall ensure Whalefall City remains exactly as you remember it, until the day you return with the wick. This is my promise to you. For 'tis Lemuria's vow, a bond everlasting.
Despair and blood pervade the seawater as thunderous ruination buries all cries and screams. I desperately try to push away the darkness before my eyes, but it feels like my body is trapped in quicksand. The more I struggle, the more I suffocate.
That human deceived you. She deceived all of Lemuria.
A human stole our flame. Lemuria will perish.
Why did the sea god deceive us? Why didn't he protect Lemuria?
The sea god has changed before we even realized it.
I'm gonna crash out. The seawater drowns their despair, and yet I can't defend Raphael. It isn't Raphael's fault. It isn't because... wow, words. It's because I didn't fulfill my promise to Raphael. Was no wick that existed in a place where all oceans converge, or at the end of the sea. Lemuria could never exist forever. Lemuria was a civilization that should have never existed. Destruction was its predetermined fate. The last god of the sea perishes along with Lemuria. They dissolve into the ocean. It's not a slumber. It's oblivion. He will disappear from this world. I will never be able to find him, see him, hear the songs he plays for me on the flute, or see his smile. My heart silently cries out, and it awakens the unwavering determination of my former self. I won't let Raphael die. I will save him, and the price that must be paid, it doesn't matter. In the violently trembling deep sea, the Semino staff I wield ignites. The cold flames illuminate the gaze that's a breath away from mine. Shock, sorrow, anger. I can't make out the emotions in his eyes. I can only see the mark of our bond on his collarbone. It's like a stream of blindingly bright, burning blood. Words. Countless threads of light transform into ruins. I raise the staff and let a phantom pierce his body. I hear my own heart as I speak. Every single word is a part of a merciless command. With the power of Lemuria's vow, Raphael, you shall be forever imprisoned here until Lemuria welcomes the opportunity for rebirth. Until the world reaches that moment when you can be awakened. His divine gaze, once clearer than seawater, transforms into a black tide. It freezes when he looks at me.
You betrayed me.
I'm sorry, Pookie! Once the seal is complete, he's plunged into the depths of those abyssal waters. I hear a deafening sound as if the entire ocean is being split apart. Boundless Black waves surge in from all directions. His dissipating figure becomes rain that falls upward. I will cut out your heart with a dagger, honed, my darling, and in love's name, your heart will become my faith. Your body will be washed clean, shine like a pearl. I will care for your heart. I will care for your heart. Till we meet again, and you reclaim it for yourself. The last wisp of smoke dissipates and the bottle clatters to the ground. The tide of memories recedes as my consciousness returns to the cold, gloomy tower.
Do you remember now? You stole the flame and sealed away the sea god, and he trusted you so easily. You are the ones responsible for Lemuria's destruction.
My mind is still reeling from the impact of those memories. As I lift my head, my gaze focuses on the former castellan. Then it shifts to the silent figure standing in the shadows behind him. Rafayel. I don't know when he arrived. However, his cold gaze has told me everything. He saw my memories as well. Hawkern continues his endless monologue, but I can only hear chaotic noise. I stare blankly at the figure before me. Our gazes lock and we freeze under the moonlight. My thoughts also seem to be frozen in place.
We'll deal with him first.
Yeah. So, are these memories you can get, are they part of different lifetimes where MC and the boys have met? Yes. They are, usually the myths are part of a limited wish pool. They've changed it though, and now you only have to get one of the cards. You used to have to get both cards and level them up individually to finish the myth. Now you just have to get one card and you can read the myth. You don't get the companion, but at least you could read the myth, and I'm so glad they did this. Thank you, Infold. A faint whisper that only I can hear reaches my ears. It gives me a slight nod in response.
He will kill you, cut out your heart, and leave your body out to rot. You will not receive a proper burial. If you want to live, your only option is to kill him before he can act. Your bond with him is your sharpest blade. You can order him to take his own life. As you can see, anything is possible.
Yes, I remember. I was the one who sealed Rafayel. I try to speak as calmly as possible. But I'm also responsible for Lemuria's downfall. Why is Rafayel your only target for revenge? Don't you hate me too?
Of course I do. However,
I hate
I'm
this
willing to
Hawkern
let
guy.
bygones be bygones if you kill the sea god.
Remove my shackles then. Can I do anything if I'm like this? I lift my chin slightly. You better hurry, he's already here.
Huh?
A tall, slender figure appears under the moonlight. Rafayel raises his hand and summons the Tidebreaker Trident.
How convenient. You've delivered yourself to me.
The chains that bind me snap. I rub my sore wrist before materializing a silver sword. I take 2 steps forward. In the suffocating silence, Rafayel is the first to speak.
It was you.
You let Hawkern escape on purpose. He was used as bait so you could find out who sealed you away, and that person is me.
Correct. The greatest weakness of Lemurians is that bond. And a sea god cannot have weaknesses. He must kill the person who forged the covenant with him. That way, there will be no one left in the world who could restrain or threaten him. And only then shall he become an invincible god. Regardless of whether it's for Lemuria or for myself, I must kill you.
He speaks these cold words. Although I know it's just an act, I can't help but think. Perhaps these words also contain his true feelings. We don't need to say anything else to each other. I raise my silver sword as lightning flashes at the tip of the Tidebreaker Trident. Fiery power surges around Raphael's body.
Farewell, bride of the sea god.
When the tip of my sword clashes with the Tidebreaker Trident, our weapons are diverted to the side. As the light fades, Hawkern's eyes are filled with terror, yet he cannot move. His body shatters amidst the flying sparks. A putrid stench fills the air as vicious fluid seeps between the bricks and spreads across the floor. Well, I think he's gone, chat.
Don't taint Lemuria's glory with your disgusting ambitions.
Bye, Hawkern. We won't miss you.
A man who lost himself to madness has no right to save Whalefall City.
Hawkern's eyes bulge with fury as guttural sounds escape his throat. Then he crumbles and turns to ash. Raphael withdraws his trident and brushes away the dark embers from his body.
Your hand.
A small flame dances from his fingertips and travels up my forearm. The fluid and bloody marks left by the shackles disappear.
You are afraid of me. What's wrong? Did you think I would actually kill you?
I'm not afraid of you, I'm the one who sealed you away. And I'm also the key that will allow you to reclaim your power. You have every reason to kill me.
If I asked you to, would you willingly offer me your heart? I want you to answer honestly.
This heart has always belonged to you, and I promised it to you before, so yes, I'm willing to return it to you.
Then why are you crying?
I blink and realize tears are threatening to fall from my eyes. Being willing doesn't mean I'm not afraid of death, and I owe you an apology. I understand it can't erase a fraction of your suffering. I'm gonna cry. Stop it. His fingertip is cold as he presses it against the spot where my beating heart is. Our noses almost touch. We're so close that one breath would close the distance between our lips.
What I want is a heart with pure and utter devotion. Its love for me should come from the very depths of one's soul. Do you think it is that?
Why did he have to say it like that? I'm gonna... I don't have an answer for you. Even if it was, this heart now bears an invisible fissure that can never fully be mended.
The answer is clear. Your heart is of no use to me. For now, at least. Go back. Your injuries haven't fully healed yet. You should get some rest.
All right. I murmur in agreement, yet neither of us makes a move to leave. The moonlight casts shadows on the window's bars. It resembles a wall of thorns that gradually spreads between us. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's sad, but it's good, chat. Okay. Chapter 8. We have one chapter left after this. The path from the tower to the temple isn't long. However, it feels as if we've been walking for an eternity. After that day, we continue as if nothing had changed. Yet everything is different. We no longer watch the faint light on the horizon in the morning, nor do we light all the candles in the temple on the cold nights. The images from that vision are like an inescapable thorn. It has pierced me and Rafayel. Dusk falls when Rafayel tells me he will temporarily leave Ramiro to search for the pearl in the deep. It's mentioned in the tome of the sea god. We part ways on the beach. He dives into the sea, his tail catching the sunlight's light in all of its beautiful iridescence. The waves and ripples will never settle. Likewise, I will never see him again. On the last night of summer, an unprecedented a storm falls upon Ramiro without any warning. The water has risen past an average person's waist. With the rain, they rapidly engulf every building, shop, and slope. I watch from the top of the temple. Beyond the rain lies a hazy black ring, surrounding everything. The seawater surges and turns. It's loud. I only gave out the order to reinforce the embankments and clear the waterways. Unfortunately, when faced with this kind of storm, it's futile. Another building collapses. The rising waters carry the rubble and people screams in all directions. Someone bobs up and down in the current. The black water carries them towards me.
Help! Help me! Someone!
Heya! I recognize her. She's one of the ladies in waiting who served me in the temple.
Help!
Countless images flash through my mind. They overlap and intertwine. The faces of people below the tower, those looks of disgust or apathy when I was forced to perform the Waverall ritual. The smiles of people who sent me invitations and exchanged seashells with me during the Sea Gratis Festival.
Your Highness. Your Highness, thank...
The nearest shelter is to the north. Go. Before she thanks me, I harshly interrupt her. The lady in waiting studies her weakened body. Her eyes, once soaked in despair, flickers briefly with hope before it dims.
The flood has washed away all the city's shelters. Aside from me, there are others who have nowhere to go.
Carrying debris, the roaring flood crashes against the temple. The building trembles, yet it still remains steadfast. When I was 15, I oversaw its renovation with the intentions of making this symbol of faith as solid as the heavens. It was designed to stand tall for centuries. Tell everyone to take shelter at the Sea God's temple.
Your Highness, we did a search and brought the people we found to the temple.
People who escaped the storm are put into small groups in the main hall. They anxiously watch as I stand next to the statue of the sea god. I look outside. The rainfall wraps around Ramiro like a sheet of rough gauze. It covers everything in deathly white as far as I can see. Turning back, I instruct Barry to distribute all the food supplies in the temple. When the storm eases, lead them to Mount Onyuna. Probably said it wrong. It's tall enough. The water will not reach you there. After I give out my simple orders, I ignore their anxious gazes and hushed discussions around me as I turn to leave.
Your Highness?
Yes.
What if the rain never stops and the flood reaches Mount Onyuna? What then? What if the third night comes?
All sounds seemingly vanish. Only rainfall remains. Gazes pour in from all directions like water. Everyone stares at me as they wait for an answer about their future. Hi, Jory. We're reading. That day will never come. The third night hasn't arrived yet, and the rain will stop. Many people turn their heads to look outside. They're searching for the bright moon that hangs in the sky. The tense uneasiness in the temple has disappeared to some extent. As for how long this rain will last, that remains to be seen. Perhaps what they need isn't a direct answer, but words that can serve as a pillar of support. Suppressing the many uncertainties in my heart, I look at the misty blackness beyond the rain. My promise with Rafayel isn't valid anymore. If only this heart truly fell in love with him, then he'd prevent the sea from swallowing Ramiro and allow me to live. Back when we decided to fall in love, neither of us anticipated what today would bring. I hope the sea he's in has pleasant skies. My heart aches again as I grasp the necklace he gave me, but
What I want is a heart with pure and utter devotion. Its love for me should come from the very depths of one's soul. Do you think it is that?
I still can't give a definitive answer to the question Rafayel asked me that night. However, no matter what happens, I can't let Ramiro sink. I must survive until the day I see Rafayel again. Oh shit. Several days later, the torrential rainfall finally stops while everyone sleeps. The howling winds subside to some extent. Wading through the accumulated muddy water, the ladies in waiting carry out my orders. They evacuate everyone from the city. I press my faintly aching temples. I'm unable to dismiss the ominous premonition lingering in my heart for some reason.
Mom, look! The moon is being eaten!
I look up. The moon has vanished without a trace. Moonlight drowns out in the murky gloom. Within a blink of an eye, black clouds swallow the last trace of light from heaven and earth.
The eclipse! The eclipse is here!
The eclipse!
No!
Prophecy from the tomb of the sea god! Ramiro is about to be submerged!
After being momentarily stunned, I finally realize that there are no black clouds in the sky. A massive wave is rising from the sea. Take everyone back to the temple. But these feeble structures are no match for the approaching catastrophe. The wave swiftly unfurls its deathly embrace over Ramiro. A loud noise... That's not the word. A loud sound explodes across the sky. For a moment, everything is as bright as day. Golden lightning cleaves through the massive weave. The waters flow back and reveal a familiar silhouette. The seashell necklace around my neck begins to shake violently. Rafayel? The massive wave collapses and a large water splashes towards land. I'm gonna read that again, chat. I'm so sorry. The massive wave collapses and large water splashes touch the land. Rafayel raises his Baker trident, and the scales on his tail reflect a piercing cold light. The trident is swung down with great force. Heavy storm clouds are transformed into scorching, powerful winds that sweep across all of Ramiro. Wherever the trident points, flames more brilliant than the blazing sun ignite across the water's surface.
The sea god? Is that the sea god?
To control the currents and the tides without a doubt, this is Rafayel's power. Why did you leave? Like mountains, the towering waves are stacked on top of one another. They spiral upwards under the force of the wind, and fire forms to the columns of water that pierce the sea like spears. The violent ocean is suppressed by the sea god's ferocious power. Fire clashes against the seawater that had rushed into Ramiro, and the sea is forced to retreat. I run towards Rafayel by stepping on the scattered floating debris that once made up a seawall. Only one thought races in my mind. Faster. I need to go faster. Ahead of me, Rafayel stands amidst unquenchable flames. His long hair is disheveled by the wind. Rafayel! Water and fire illuminate Raphael's eyes as he looks at me. A divine power surges in his gaze. It's as fierce as the turbulent currents surrounding him. Not even a trace of my image is reflected in his eyes.
You shouldn't have come here. Return to the shore if you don't want to be reduced to cinders.
She's gonna ignore you. I swing my sword to create a gust. It cleaves the flames, and I leap through the opening to reach Rafayel. Ignoring his trident that's positioned as a barrier before me, I grab his rigid arm and forcefully intertwine our fingers. This is exactly where I should be.
Death will greet those who attempt to wield a sea god's power with a human body.
But I'm the one who has a bond with the sea god. I won't die that easily. As soon as we resonate, a scorching heat that feels like it could burn everything spreads from Raphael's palm to my body. No, they don't, Armor. Divine power surges. At the same time, something else flows into my heart. In my days, I realize it's everything Raphael has never put into words. In the dark depths of the ocean, the sea's ritual hymn drifts down ethereally from the surface. It awakens his anticipation that has been suppressed for eons. During one of Ramiro's short summers, the indifferent sea god heart experienced pure contentment and joy for the first time. After he left the temple with the excuse of searching for pearls, the waves undulated like his fluctuating thoughts. All that time we spent together, my feelings for him were never unrequited. I am struggling really bad to read today, chat. I'm so sorry. Raphael supports my waist as he hugs me from behind. His embrace is scorching hot. Love and
Feel
depression.
Now wield it as if it were your own.
Divine power collides with my nerves. My blood boils as my eyes become the same color as Raphael's. Power representing heaven and earth advances from our fingers. The last wave that threatens Ramiro is intercepted by fierce flames. Suddenly, the waves freeze. Just as they're about to surge forward with a howl, a beam of sunlight breaks through the thick clouds and shines upon me and Raphael. Immediately, the waves fall as if weightless. They shed their ferocity and gently push towards the shore. My heart beats like a drum, but it's quickly drowned out by the jubilant, distant cheers of relief from those who narrowly escaped disaster.
The tide has receded. Aren't you going to let go of my hand?
No, Pookie, I'm gonna hold on to your hand as long as I want to. I'm sorry. I turn my head. The burning divine power in Raphael's eyes slowly fades, and they return to what I'm familiar with. I tighten my grip on his hand. What will you do if I don't let go? A long time passes, then he smiles faintly.
Keep holding it. Neither of us will let go first.
Harpy, I'm falling for your man. Raphael is Harpy's man, chat, by the way. It's hot. I'm dying. What is it right now? I'm curious. My man is your second. It's 84 for me right now, chat. It's gonna be really hot this weekend, though. Okay, chat. Chapter 9. Get ready for tears. This is love and depression. Houses that were once submerged reappear. The ships once swept away are pushed back to the shore by waves. People emerge from the temple where they sought refuge. They slowly begin to rebuild their home. After finding some medicine in the temple, I return to the shore by the port. Raphael is leaning against the rocks. His eyes are closed, and the dim daylight covers his body. His complexion looks paler than it actually is. He's asleep. I dip my fingers into the ointment made from gold feather algae, and then I gently apply it to the wounds on his arms. Although he appears alright at first glance, I soon notice several barely perceptible wounds on his body.
Be gentle. It hurts.
You called me fragile, but the sea god's body isn't that sturdy. Despite saying those words, my movements become slower. I treat his wounds with utmost care. Weren't you searching for pearls in the deep? Why did you return?
You thought I wouldn't?
I thought you'd be upset for a longer period of time.
I'm not upset. However, that doesn't mean I didn't care.
His fingertip touches my palm and gently traces one of its lines. Stop!
The Lemurian bond grows stronger with love. The deeper the connection is between the two parties, the more powerful it becomes. Back then, our bond was so powerful that you were able to seal me away for thousands, no, tens of thousands of years. Only a love with such pure and utter devotion is capable of doing that.
It sounds like you haven't made peace with it.
Of course not.
He suddenly lowers his head and bites my knuckle. However, I don't dare pull my hand away.
It wasn't a day, a month, or a year. What I endured is longer than what a human can possibly comprehend. Millions upon millions of years.
It's the way he's
How could I
talking to me that's
possibly
getting
let
me
you off
emotional
so
right now.
easily?
Stop. Of course. You need to avenge yourself by never leaving me again. After I finish applying the medicine, he stretches his body and he brushes something.
I heard you.
He brushes away the sand that's clinging to his skin. Got it, chap.
Protected many humans.
Yes, at the end of the day, I can't bear to see so many pointless deaths. I still don't like Ramiro, but I can't bring myself to watch it perish.
You didn't do anything wrong. Watching your kin march toward their demise is a pain more excruciating than dying. You didn't force yourself to endure that suffering. Well done.
Immediately, his tone shifts as he puts on a faux serious expression words.
However, I do have objections in regards to letting those humans turn my bedchamber into a filthy mess.
It's not that bad. At least your pool was cleaned. I already ordered a few people to clean it. I promise your bedchamber will be spotless.
Good.
He pushes himself up, but he pauses as he's about to stand. What is it?
It's nothing.
Ah! Surging waves wash over the reef. As water recedes, his tail transforms into a pair of legs.
Let's return to the temple. I need to see its condition to feel at ease.
I nod a second later, then I notice a small crack in the necklace's seashell. After that day, Ramiro gradually returns to its former state. There are no more sudden high tides, no more unexpected storms. The text in the Tome of the Sea God remains the same. The nightmare of Ramiro being submerged seems to vanish into thin air along with an overcast sky. The prophecy didn't come to fruition? Ramiro won't sink. The Sea God and his bride protected us. We must express our gratitude and worship them forever. The people are immersed in the joy of surviving a catastrophe. They renovate the temple so that it's more magnificent and elaborate, erect taller statues, and supply Rafayel and me with endless streams of gifts. But has the dust truly settled?
Your Highness.
Passing through the crowd of onlookers, very hurriedly approaches. She bows before me. On the shore lies a dead, enormous silverfish. It's almost as long as several adult men, if they were lying down and lined up in a row.
It was discovered by the fishermen who were preparing to set sail this morning. We don't know if the fish washed ashore after it died or beached itself.
Maybe this enormous fish is a good omen from the heavens. We might have a bountiful fishing season in the near future.
I approach the creature to get a closer look. The unease that has been lingering in my heart grows heavier. If I'm not mistaken, this is the calamitous pieces that's mentioned in ancient text. It's a harbinger of misfortune, an omen of disaster. Sorry, chat, I forgot to turn the Streamloots overlay off. The dark clouds that appeared during the lunar eclipse haven't fully dissipated. And now the I'm gonna call it silverfish, chat, I'm sorry, has appeared. Ramiro can still sink below the waves. For now, I can only act as if I know nothing is wrong. Worry not. Find a suitable place to bury it and clean up this area.
Yes, Your Highness. By the way, Ramiro was spared thanks to you and the Sea God. The people want to prepare a feast to properly celebrate. They wish to invite you and the Sea God.
I understand. We'll discuss it when the time comes. I walk toward the temple and I tighten my grip around the seashell necklace. The crack has deepened these past few days. The seashell has begun to fracture in other places as well. I don't want to guess what this means. I just need to see Rafayel quickly. Maybe then I can dispel some of the unease in my heart. Rafayel, I need to ask you. Rafayel? Stopping the storm that night consumed too much of Rafayel's power. He's been staying in the temple to rest. Yet right now, I sense something is off. I don't hear the sound of flowing water by the pool. When I left, he was still dozing by the water's edge. I rushed to the pool only to find the springs have dried up and the water resembles an inky black void. Where's Rafa? Worried that something happened to him, I dive into the water. black water is unbearably cold. I grit my teeth and dive deeper. I soon spot Rafayel's figure. He appears to be unconscious as he sinks into this nothingness. Rafayel! Muttering all the strength I can, I grab him. However, I'm not strong enough to pull him up. This won't work. I need to wake him up. I steady my breathing while I press my hand against his chest. I try to resonate so I can awaken some of his power. Yet time passes. There's still no response. His power is like the dried up spring. With most of it gone, it cannot respond to my resonance or voice. Why is it like this? After the initial shock, I'm momentarily at a loss. Then I notice the churning currents rushing into the deep. A bold idea appears before me. There's a location that's closely connected to the sea god. I hold the unconscious Rafayel tightly against me and swim in the direction of the current. Fortunately, my guess was correct. The pool's current is connected to the sea itself, which allowed me to successfully get Rafayel out of the temple. I prop Rafayel against the reef. Recalling how he summoned the Fantasia shark, I make the same gesture he did and bring my hands to my lips. I whistle. After many clumsy attempts, I finally succeed. A skeletal Fantasia shark appears in the distance at the far end of the sea. It swims to my side and uses its rigid, bony snout to give me a friendly nudge to my hand. Can you take Rafayel and me to the sea god's tomb again? It doesn't seem to understand what I'm saying, so I repeat myself several times. Finally, it extends its fin bone and gestures for Rafayel and me to climb onto its back. Thank you. After I steady Rafayel on its back, the Fantasia shark turns around and transports us to the ocean's depths. Unexpectedly, we arrive at the sea god's tomb with ease. Maybe it's because Rafayel has already passed the trial. Even the guardian statues pose no challenge. After I explain the reason for our visit, they allow us to pass through the stone gates.
Young sea god. Oh, it's you two again.
Your quintessence? I'm here to make a request. I need your help. The statue of the sea god with the long beard lethargically lowers his weapon. He slowly turns his head to look at the unconscious Rafayel.
He is about to fade from existence.
No, he's not. I won't let that happen.
He still needs to reclaim his true power. Yet he almost exhausted the small amount of divine energy he possesses.
What did he do to end up in such a state?
What a shame. He will become the youngest sea god to fade away in our history.
Several more sea god statues move out from their stone niches. They soon join this discussion. Is there a way to save him? He can't fade away like this.
Of course.
He needs true love.
He needs a heart that loves him unconditionally.
When he obtains the power to protect Lemuria, and the ocean recognizes his ascension to godhood, he will live for a long, long time, an almost immortal life.
This is the only way to save him.
A heart that loves him unconditionally. I recall the hidden prophecy from the Tome of the Sea God. A heart that's filled with love is the best offering for a Lemurian. Will my heart be enough? Can my heart save him? The sea gods speak in hushed tones, then a statue of the sea god with the long beard extends his hand towards me.
Are you willing to try?
Of course.
It will hurt. Bear with me for a moment.
The ancient sea god clutches his fist. A sharp pain shoots through my heart. He guides the process. As he guides the process, several threads of gentle light are drawn out. Strand by strand, they float into Rafayel's chest. Enduring the lingering pain, I place my hand over him and try to resonate again. There's a response.
Your pure heart and the devotion from your love is enough. However, you will dissipate into sea foam once you give up this heart. That decision is yours to make.
I'm not ready.
The sea god's tomb. How did I end up here?
You've been unconscious for a long time. These sea gods woke you up. I quickly speak before the sea gods can say anything, then I bow respectfully to them. The sea god with a long beard gives me a profound, knowing look before slowly turning towards Rafayel.
The last sea god of Lemuria. May you find true salvation.
Thank you.
The sea god statues slowly retreat into their niches. Rafayel turns around and I meet his intense gaze.
You're hiding something from me.
You're the one who's been hiding things from me. You've expended too much of your power. Your body can't sustain itself anymore.
Are you underestimating me? Defying a prophecy from the tome of the sea god did take a considerable toll on me. But I'll recover in a century, give or take.
The prophecy hasn't changed, though. Ramiro will still be submerged, yes? Seeing Raphael's expression, my heart sinks. I was correct.
Yes. But that doesn't mean it can't be changed. Ramiro wasn't destroyed on the third night of the lunar eclipse, so for now, it won't sink below the waves. This is our turning point.
Ah!
Stop frowning. Let tomorrow worry about itself. As for the present...
He takes my hand and summons water currents to carry us upward.
It's almost dawn. We might be able to watch the sunrise as we head back.
Oh, Rafa. After returning from the sea god's tomb, Raphael seems to have returned to his normal self. The water in the pool has become clear again. He almost doesn't spend the entire day inside the temple. Instead, he enthusiastically takes me along to explore Ramiro's streets, alleys, and wilderness. Just a tiny fragment of his heart's power is enough to revitalize him. If he received an entire heart, perhaps I'm still selfish. Faced with such a choice, I still cannot let go of my desire to live. But time is cruel and doesn't give me the opportunity to hesitate. After a night of rain, dark clouds once again spread across the sky above Ramiro. The time Raphael spends sleeping in the water increases with each passing day. And my necklace's seashell has developed a deeper longer crack. Sorry, chap. Raphael, the sky has cleared. Should we go on foot? Should we go to the foot of Mount Yuna? I can't words. The rest of my words are stuck in my throat. A large section of Raphael's tail that's immersed in the water has turned a dull gray white.
You're overthinking it. Humans have all sorts of hair colors. Why can't my tail change color? So, what were you saying about the foot of Mount Yuna?
I was just wondering if you'd like to go out for a walk. He pauses, his tail sways gently beneath the water's surface.
I'm not in the mood.
You can't turn your tail into a pair of legs anymore?
Your imagination is getting wilder by the day.
He parts the ripples of the water's surface. Under the undulating waves, his tail transforms into legs.
You wake me from my peaceful nap and throw an accusation.
He adjusts his position to rest his head on my lap. He closes his eyes.
You owe me a sweet dream.
All right, all right. I gently stroke the top of his head and lean down to kiss him. The seashell around my neck dangles. It sways in front of Rafayel's peaceful, sleeping expression. The cracks on its surface are glaring. I grasp the seashell and gently try to wipe away those marks. I pretend not to see the scales on his legs. I pretend Rafayel isn't showing any signs of something being off. I pretend that everything on this land will remain as peaceful as it is today. Love and depression. Bouquets, lanterns, music. The plaza and the port is immersed with the sounds of celebration. It's like a grand farewell ceremony to disaster. Rafayel stands far away from the humans. He watches the figure who's in the center of the crowd. She seems somewhat uncomfortable with that amount of enthusiasm. Slowly, however, the corners of her mouth curl into a slight smile. Slowly, however, the corners of her mouth curl. A slight smile appears on her face. He recalls those long stretches of time at the bottom of the silent ocean. The only sound he heard was the faint rattling of chains. With his eyes closed, he would construct an illusionary world in his mind. He would imagine the splendor and wonder of Whale Fall City, the place that had been long forgotten. Then a different voice broke into his world one day. Stupid Toma, the sea god. You're worthless in every sense of the word. If you're actually useful, you would have revealed the sea god's location. What gives you the right to disclose the whereabouts of the bride of the sea god? It was a discordious voice. It could be considered too loud to a certain extent, yet it was like the sun that occasionally appeared above the sea. He realized it was impossible to dislike. Using what little strength he had, he spoke for her for the first time. Perhaps their ending was already predetermined from that moment. The sea god must kill his bride. To truly ascend to godhood, he must destroy their bond. He refused his fate before, but now he doesn't want to accept this either.
We might have to actually bid each other farewell.
He recalls the moment when she first spoke his name. With fingertips stained in their blood, he traces his name into the palm of her hand, one letter at a time. Even so, he couldn't intertwine his fate with hers. Along the lines of her palm, in this way, they were spared from separation.
I need to leave Ramiro again. We won't be seeing each other for some time.
I frantically search for Rafayel's figure in the crowd, but I only catch a message of the sea breeze carried to me. Fortunately, our bond guides me to him. In a lit corner, I catch Rafayel's fingers. Figure, I think, is actually what that was. I don't know.
You were in a hurry. Are you scared I'd leave without saying goodbye?
Where are you going?
I'm just looking for pearls.
No, you're not.
Once I recover that part of my power, I'll return.
I don't believe you. His life force is fading away at an alarming rate. Under the illusion of an intact seashell lies the reality, with cracks becoming increasingly more severe. His heart is also riddled with countless wounds. Hi, Kronos. Rafayel, is there anything you need me to do for you? Tell me, no matter what it is, I'll do it. Just say you want your heart back. I'll return it to you.
No.
How long will you be gone?
It's hard to say. Maybe it'll be a year or two. A century or more. Perhaps even longer than that. Don't worry. Even after I'm gone, you and Ramiro will survive. This is a god's promise to you.
What is he planning to do? If he's making this kind of promise, it means he'll do something that I don't want to imagine. I won't be able to accept it. So when are you leaving? Let me see you off.
All right. I'll wait for you at sea.
My fingernails dig into my palm. The hesitation that swirled into my heart has finally crystallized into resolve. I will fulfill the promise I once made. I'm not ready! I'm gonna crash out! Please, no. Oh, look at him.
It's a simple melody, yet you still haven't learned it properly.
Ramiro taught me how to be a ruler, not a musician.
Listen carefully. This is the last time I'll teach you.
I'm gonna cry. The tides have changed.
The sea inevitably returns to where it belongs and separates from the land.
But the sea always meets the shore. I missed that. Oh. Oh. Oh, the kiss is beautiful.
You want to say something else?
I pray to the sea. I hope every current carries you to a bright, warm place.
The sea heard your wish.
You said that this was once part of your heart. I have to read what she said. It's time to return it to where it belongs. I'm gonna sob.
The place you hold in my heart far outweighs this little scale.
Because of my selfishness, I took the heart that belongs to you. Now, with the power of the sea god's vow, our covenant, Rafayel, obey my command. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. Don't make me. I don't want to chat. Can we just pretend that it ends here? Claim this heart and end our everlasting bond.
No, I refuse to accept this betrayal.
This heart can save you, and Ramiro.
The sea.
My death is worth more than my life.
God doesn't need this heart. Our bond. It cannot end this way. I won't allow it.
I'm sorry, Fishy. I'm sorry, Fishy. Ah! Oh. Oh, why do the myths always make me cry? Fuck. Daylight has arrived. I'm gonna push through it, chat. I got this. The tides surge. Waves build upon waves. They're so powerful that they scattered the clouds in the sky. The black seawater bleeds crimson. The red fades and takes the darkness with it. The sea's original azure hues reappear. The bells in Ramiro toll ceaselessly as massive waves engulf the world. The land is transformed into a seabed. Seawater envelops every house, every patch of soil, every mountain range. It whispers and returns to the memories from millions of years ago. Everyone steps onto a strange yet familiar homeland. They breathe the air that flows into the seawater. Lemurian memories awaken in their blood. Phantasmal whales leap from the water and return to the sea. They swim through the city that has been reborn. Whale Falls City. The sea god stares at his hand. There lies a pearl ring given to him by a young woman. It still gleams with lustrous radiance. It gently encircles his finger. It's like her embrace that will never let him go. It shall keep him bound to the sea forevermore. Fuck! Ramiro was Whale Falls City. Oh my god. I am so doomed for this year. If that's the first myth of the year. Besides Caleb's, but I didn't get Caleb's. Chat, I'm so doomed for Zane and for Silas. I'm doomed. Like, this was a little cry. Those two? Oh, I don't even know. Silas is gonna destroy me. I'm kind of thinking that's what's gonna happen too. Because in the first series of myths, spoiler warning chat if you haven't played these, but they sacrificed themselves for her. So I feel like, yeah, it's really showing that it's gonna be the other way around this time. I'm not okay. It was beautiful, though. It was so beautiful. It was so well done. But my god, did that hurt. Yeah, it did seem longer. We've already been live for 1 hour and 43 minutes. I don't think I paused. Did I pause at all, chat? Silas! 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 Silas, I need you.
I have time.
Silas.
There's no rush.
Something bad happened.
Was someone mean to you?
What would we say? It's about life or it's about people, chat? Oh no. Oh, I've already done that. I've had a nightmare. I'll do this one.
It's better to let it all out.
Pookie. Pookie, I just sacrificed myself for Raphael and I really need a hug.
Did someone bully you? Give me a list and then go to bed. I'll take care of everything else.
Chat, somebody asked me if this was AI on like my Instagram. No, this is not AI. These are all pre-recorded voice lines. The voice actors in this game are amazing and I love each and every single one of them. And yeah, it's not AI.
What's wrong? This is my special method for cheering you up. And now I'm sure it's working.
He's so beautiful. Okay. I feel better now.
While I've never comforted anyone before, I can make every wish come true for the frustrated kitten that's right in front of me. Yeah, it's your privilege.
He loves me. He loves me so much. I'm his kitten.
Whispering time again. A secret?
Yeah, it's motion capture.
Or a trick?
They've got voice lines.
Since you're the bait, I'm happy
different
to fall for
dubs
your
too. It's great. I love this game. Well, now that I've been destroyed today, shall I go try to destroy myself on freaking Rivals? Everybody say goodbye, Silas. We love you. You're amazing, Pookie. Goodbye, Daddy.
No need to be scared. I'll give you a heads
He's
up
still
before
yapping.
I touch you. Like right now, for instance.
Alright, also, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you're welcome to come over to Twitch or Kick, twitch.tv/SmileeyKyliee, kick.com/Smiley. I cannot stream any more of my stream on YouTube, unfortunately. So, yeah, because I want my tunes, and I don't want the YouTube gods to hate me, so. Bye-bye, YouTube! Come to Twitch or Kick.